When I finished Zero Day, I could not stop thinking about Cal, which is strange because the film spends the majority of its runtime having us focus on how dangerous Andre is. Zero Day follows two teenage boys, Andre and Cal, as they plan for and carry out a school shooting. From the beginning, the film positions Andre as the leader and as the main threat, while Cal just feels like a follower. By the end of the film, those interpretations don't really hold up anymore. Before we jump into the story today, I think it's really important to note that Zero Day is heavily inspired by Columbine. While the film may be a commentary on that real-life tragedy and the people involved, my interpretation today is solely based on the characters from this film. The film begins with the boys filming their high school. After setting up a tripod in the parking lot, they formally introduce themselves as the Army of Two and their mission of Zero Day. The first thing we really learn about Cal and Andre is that they absolutely love military jargon. They actually love the whole military aesthetic. It practically bleeds into every scene in this movie. However, whatever authority they are trying to present by using military terminology and mannerisms is quickly undercutted by their boyish, immature jokes and burps. These boys are trying so hard to be taken serious. It's just very unserious. The boys established their high school as their biggest enemy, and they really convey how much they hate the place. It's honestly really bizarre to see them talk so lightheartedly about the atrocity that they're planning. A few weeks later is Andre's 18th birthday. The footage captured from Andre's party, they're very intimate. I think 18 is a really important number, at least in the States. For such an important age, Andre only has his parents and Cal at the party, which I think is an interesting note. Just keep that in the back of your head. Andre's parents gift him a camcorder. This gift becomes the vessel in which Cal and Andre will document their plan, the progression of their plan, and eventually the justification for their violent attack. The early footage immediately places Andre as the planner of Zero Day. He gives the plan its initial structure, he gathers the guns that will be used, he even organizes a way for the media to access the tapes after they've gone through with their plan. Cal kind of comes off as a background character that's kind of in Andre's shadow. We don't really see him really come up with any ideas or contribute to the plan at all. We have many opportunities actually to observe Cal without Andre. His home life seems very loving and loud. His family goes on these family camping trips, and Cal even appears to be the oldest of three siblings. Going even further, Cal seems to have friends outside of Andre, while vice versa doesn't seem true. We see Cal hang out with his good friend Rachel, and Rachel offers some really good insights into Andre and Cal's relationship.
I just heard you say Andre's violent.
I didn't say that. He's not violent either.
I don't know, sometimes the way he talks about people and just interacts with everyone is he's just a little offbeat and a little strange.
What, do you think he's a bad influence on me, Mom?
I don't know, you hang out with him a lot, and I just don't want you kind of, becoming like him.
Who would you consider the leader of the Andre Cal army of two? Is it me or Andre?
Andre?
You think it's Andre?
I don't know, when you're with him, you're different than you are now.
How am I now?
And now you're the Cal that I've known for a really long time, and when you're with Andre, you're like Andre number 2.
Wait, why do you think that, like, he's not Cal number 2 and I'm Cal number 1? How do you know that he isn't copying off of my style, yo?
Unless you have some sort of evil locked inside that I've never seen before, it's Andre.
Oh, I lock it inside. Nobody sees it. I keep it from everyone.
Yeah.
What really gets me about this film is how ordinary the boys' lives feel. They make stupid jokes with each other, they complain about their parents, they get shy at the mention of liking a girl. We even see Cal get his braces taken off. One second we're watching how ordinary their lives are, and the next we're watching Andre literally practice putting together his father's shotgun that he soldered off, and then we're watching the boys put together pipe bombs in Andre's room. The film lives in this tension. We're showing how Andre and Cal are basically children, but we know that they're about to commit something unforgivable. I think it's really important to keep in mind that they're children, yes, they're naive, but not innocent. Andre presents himself with this confidence that borders on arrogance. Again, he loves military terminology. He uses it in his everyday speech. He really wants to be perceived as someone that has authority and is very intelligent. There's this moment where Andre begins to shit on people that have executed a plan like theirs in the past, and it's such a bizarre moment. He's critiquing everything they did wrong. Andre, he knows how to make 0 Day a flawless plan. 0 Day is not just a date. Having a planned date, according to Andre, increases the probability of someone discovering your plan. Andre explains, the first morning that is 0 degrees is the day the plan comes to life. He states that this forces him and Cal to be ready at a moment's notice. For two boys that are documenting nearly every step of this plan, it's striking to me how little time they spend explaining why any of this is happening at all. They can tell you exactly how the attack's going to unfold, but they don't really go into depth as to why it needs to happen. The only thing that is abundantly clear is that these boys are struggling with overwhelming amounts of anger. For the first time, we begin to understand Cal outside of Andre. Cal to some extent needs to be troubled to even be going along with Andre's plan in the first place. In Cal's solo tapes, we really get to see how disturbed he really is. Cal wants to die. On the other hand, he doesn't want to simply fade away. He wants to leave his mark on this world. He genuinely believes he will be gracing the people affected by this tragedy by giving their lives meaning.
I've been thinking, and it occurs to me that a lot of people are probably going to wonder, like, how could somebody do something like 0 Day, like what we're going to do? But I want to know is, how could somebody just kill themselves? But how many of them realized that the way of the samurai is found in death? I'm not going to leave cleanly. I'm not just going to fade out. I'm gonna make my mark, and then it'll be my time to die. I mean, it's a lost cause when you just kill yourself. You know, it's almost a 1 in a million chance that two kids like me and Andre are, come together. But that's just this town's misfortune, I guess. No, fortune. It's their fortune. It's your it's your fortune, because you're going to be the privileged few who get the wake up call that we're delivering to you, and everybody else will just have to see it on the news. And I know you're all gonna be like, I had a cousin who was in the school. And good for you.
While Cal does not appear to be the planner of 0 Day, he's clearly involved in the plan. While Andre is focused on the planning and execution, Cal is giving this plan meaning and purpose. Cal seems obsessed with dying, while Andre seems obsessed with the attack itself. At this point, it's becoming harder and harder just to see Cal as someone who is simply following Andre. The more footage we watch, it becomes apparent that Cal is beginning to perform this identity that he's created for himself. It's the most visible in the scene where he has Andre take him on this secret mission. So essentially, Cal shows up in full military style clothing and has Andre drive him to this open mic poetry reading. After reading a poem that is essentially confessing to their plan, Cal proceeds to verbally harass and even gets into a fight with other participants. Andre is visibly freaked out by this out-of-place behavior from Cal. Cal actually admits in one of his solo tapes that they have already had a 0 degree morning, but did not go through with it because Andre had diarrhea. For someone that's put so much effort and time into this plan, I am really wondering if he was actually going through that or if he was just nervous. Andre later decides that 0 Day will now happen on May 1st.
Huh?
Rewind to when he was literally bitching about that strategy moments ago. Ignore that. Speaking of Cal, even his tapes begin to feel performative. Before, his solo tapes were very low effort. He would just hold the camera and talk. But now, he puts on a collared shirt, he sets the camera up on a tripod, and he sits himself in a large armchair. Again, it's almost as if he's trying to convey this confidence and authority. As May 1st approaches, Andre begins to consider the aftermath. He decides that they must destroy all of their belongings so the media will not blame their hobbies for what they've done. Cal is very exasperated at the thought of someone else getting blamed for his actions. He doesn't quite understand the correlation like Andre. This actually might be my favorite scene in the movie. As the boys are watching their stuff burn, we kind of see Andre be in a state of disbelief that they've just done this. And it seems like in that moment, Andre realizes that he actually has to go through with what he's been planning for months.
So how much stuff have we burned?
I'd probably say like $2,500, $3,000.
Yeah, I can go with that.
Shit. We gotta do it now.
I think we just burned all of our worldly possessions.
Everything.
Shortly after, we see Cal attend prom as Rachel's date. Andre is in no way jealous. It is interesting to see how shy Cal is in real life, but nevertheless, he seems to fit in pretty easy with the group. The night seems to be a blast until Cal makes it weird by ending the night early with the request that he be dropped off at Andre's house. It really ruined the vibe. It's weird. The same night as Cal's prom, the boys film one of their last tapes. This tape is their statement to the press.
Alright, go.
Okay, some things then. We acted alone. We obtained the weapons alone. And nobody knew that we were going to do this.
I mean, when our parents find these tapes, I mean, what are they gonna think? Oh my god, I was asleep upstairs while they were in the basement recording this. We could have known. We could have stopped them.
No.
That's bullshit, Mom. Don't worry about that. I mean, we weren't morons like every other loser that's done this. I mean, we weren't a bunch of fuckos and retards who were just starving for attention. We fooled everybody. I mean, even if we hadn't, could you blame them for not noticing? I mean, who wants to think that their son, their student, their classmate, their peer, their employee is going to do something like that? There are no reasons, and you're all going to look for them, but you're not going to find them. So fuck you, fuck that, fuck the reasons. There are none.
This isn't our fault. I mean, you made me what I am.
For years, I've been tormented by all of you assholes. Okay? I was called a faggot for walking down the hall in school in a shirt that came from fucking J.C. Penney. It's a fucking shirt. Who the fuck cares?
In Europe, in the medieval times, if somebody insulted somebody, you know, you whipped out your fucking sword and you dueled them and you killed them. And
Make no mistake, we've been insulted. Now it's time for the duel.
I know that this will be my last day. I mean, it's 0 day, it's my last day, but that one day, I'm gonna live more fully than anyone has lived in their entire lives. We will be more powerful than God.
We're gonna be God. No mistake about that. We'll be fucking God. I mean, we decide who lives and who dies. Anybody who manages to get out, years from now, their fucking puny little life is gonna have meaning, and they're gonna thank us. Because they're gonna think that God spared their lives.
Wake up.
We're not trying to waste anybody's life. We're trying to show people what they should value. Respect and love your fellow man. I mean, it might seem like we're hypocrites for saying these kind of things because we're not, or at least you don't think we're doing that, but we're doing the most respectful, most loving thing we can do right now. One more thing. I have a safety deposit box at the First National Bank. I hereby bequeath it to CNN and Wolf Blitzer, or any media people who want it. I think that's it.
Yeah. Fucking night.
This is the first time we are given any direct hint at their motive. However, I think it's important to note that we're not showing any evidence that any bullying is occurring. They record so much of their lives, but they don't record anything at school itself. And I know it might be hard to record, but we don't even hear any third party mention any of the bullying, not either their parents, not siblings, not even Rachel. In the final footage, before the attack, the boys sit in Andre's car parked in the school parking lot. Here, Cal is the calm one, and Andre is the one with the nerves. This is what the boys say to one another before they carry out the attack.
It's not gonna start taping again. It's not gonna tape over what we did. It's not gonna erase anything.
No.
You're sure? You started at a fresh spot?
Fresh spot, yeah.
Very good. Dude, I want you to know, like, I couldn't have done this with anyone else. Like, I don't know what would have happened to me if we hadn't been friends.
I don't think that, I could have done this without anybody else either.
Ready?
Um,
Let's get this shit done. Let's kick the tires and light the fires.
The rest of the film is captured via school surveillance footage. This footage is very distressing and realistic that people online have actually been tricked into believing that the following scenes are actual real-life footage from Columbine. The boys start in the cafeteria and shoot indiscriminately into the crowd. Eventually, they make their way into the library. Given how the boys have been portrayed up to this point, we would think that Andre would be the excited one. He's the one that has planned basically every inch of this attack for the past few months. However, Andre appears to be extremely composed and focused. He's acting as if he's just doing a job. At points, he does laugh and demean his victims, but it's not even close to how Cal acts. Cal has been portrayed as the shy and submissive kid. While we do see him come out of his shell a little bit, his behavior during the attack is incomparable to his normal day, his everyday behavior. Cal loudly taunts his victims while laughing. He jumps on top of the tables that his victims are hiding under. His excitement quite literally fills the library. As the reality of the situation settles in and they see cops arrive on scene, Cal begins to take control of the attack. Cal directs Andre into the final step of their plan. As they kneel in the corner of the library, Cal begins to count down to the moment they pull the trigger. Andre begins to stall. He cannot bring himself to do this. Cal recenters him and counts down once more. For most of the film, Cal feels like the follower, but in their final moments, he's the one that pushes Andre forward. 12 students are killed, excluding Cal and Andre. Memorial crosses are placed outside the school for the victims. In a shocking turn of events, Cal and Andre also have crosses. We later witness a group burn down the boys' crosses, but before the fire is ignited, we are able to see the writings on their crosses. It's very clear that Andre is more hated than Cal. It's almost as if society is placing the majority of the blame on Andre. Andre fits the role of someone that would do this. People perceive him to be violent and unstable. Cal, on the other hand, is shy and sweet. How could he have done something like this? Since the public can see someone like Andre doing this, he bears the majority of the responsibility. Cal, being perceived as kind and innocent, he's kind of absolved of accountability. Keep in mind, they have committed the same atrocity. Even after everything we've witnessed, people still seem more comfortable treating Andre as the monster. It's almost as if the perception established before the attack survived the attack itself. Maybe that's why Cal stuck with me. Not because he's more responsible, but because he proved to me how I was wrong about who I thought would be capable of doing something like this. This movie was honestly such a wild ride, beginning to end. I legitimately thought I was watching a documentary at one point. It's just so well put together, and Andre and Cal's actors are just really good. There were so many scenes I wanted to include in my analysis, but I had to cut them due to time. I think later down the line I'm going to create a deep dive into Zero Day. But for today, that is all that I have. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye!